Hey everyone, we're here with Skip's Tactical Solutions, and I'm here for a Thursday night live chat. So as you guys come on, please let me know where you are joining from. And tonight will be a kind of low-key night. There's nothing in particular that I'm going to talk about. We're going to talk about whatever it is that you guys want to talk about. So let me know what you want to talk about. I want to know how you guys are doing. It's been a while since I've been live, and I do apologize, but I'm back and I'm excited to chat with you guys. If you could also share the video, that would be great as well. G Webs was here. He gave a thumbs up and he said, have a great show. We have Tremaine Johnson who is here. Hey, Tremaine, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. How are you? And where are you located? Can you guys hear me good? Alrighty, so tonight we will be doing a night where we're just hanging out, talking about the things that you guys want to talk about. I know I get a lot of questions in regards to training. I get a lot of questions in regards to who I am as a person, what I do. So I'm here to answer your questions tonight. But I also want to address a couple things that have been going on that I haven't really been able to address. But yeah, I want to know what you guys want to talk about. I don't often have the time to come on and go live and just sit here and talk about what you guys want to talk about. Something that I do want to know is, how is everyone doing? Like, there's a lot going on right now within our country. We have obviously COVID-19 going on. We have a lot of police brutality issues, and I just want to know, how are you guys feeling? And later on in the live stream, I'm going to talk about how I feel about some of the things that have been going on. Have you guys been getting out to the range, training? Like, what have you been up to? I probably about a month ago was able to go out to the range, get some training in, shoot some videos, and I have to tell you, it was pretty nice to get out and go to the range. You know, with COVID, things were kind of closed down. They weren't kind of, like, a lot of things were closed down. So the normal ranges, the normal classrooms haven't really been able to go how they normally go. So it was nice to get out there and get some range time in. So Superman kicking ass said, I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I cannot complain. Like I said, if you guys are tuning in, please let me know where you're joining from, and let me know what you guys want to talk about tonight. So sorry if I messed your name up, but I think your name is Nazir. Said, all is well, victory is sure. Absolutely. So I do want to announce one thing, and I do want to announce that the YouTube channel hit 4,000 subscribers. You heard it right, 4,000 subscribers. So I'm super excited about that. I have definitely been working hard on the YouTube channel, and it seems like some of it is paying off. So 4,000 subscribers, and I am excited because you guys are supporting Okay, so I think I'm back. But I want to do a giveaway, and I love giving things back to you guys. So you guys have been supporting me, so make sure that you continue to share the channel, support the channel, videos, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you comment as well, because I love when you comment. But the more people that know about the channel, the more that the channel can grow. So I'm definitely going to be doing a giveaway soon. All right, so we have Tremaine said, well, this may be a difficult topic, but I was wondering if rifle braces can be discussed. I know there is a lot of controversy around the, excuse me, the rifle braces. What in particular would you like to discuss about it? And then Clover Tag said, guess I crashed the chat. Laugh out loud. I think you did crash the chat. Chris Bullis said, hey, Avery. Hey, Chris, how are you? I'm doing good. Okay, so there, sorry guys, I'm kind of losing my voice too. So one of the first things that I do want to discuss though is I want to discuss some things that I have had going on recently. And I know I haven't put up many videos lately, and I definitely haven't been live, but I want to talk about something that is obviously a huge problem within our country right now, and it is pretty much the social injustice when it comes to African Americans and Black Lives Matter. And I would love for us to have a conversation about this, a good dialogue. And if you guys are in the chat, make sure that you comment in the chat, and I will be throwing up some of your comments as well. But I want to know how you feel about this. You don't have to be African American or minority to have your thoughts on this, but I would love to know how you guys feel about it. I'm definitely going to share how I feel about it, and then I'm going to also share with you guys why I haven't really spoke out in particular about it right when everything happened, but I want to know what you guys think about it. So Art said, awesome interviews with all the guest people you've had. Thank you. And Chris Bullis said, I'll be in Florida next week. Where are you going to be at? What are you going to be doing? So Art said, I support every kind of effort to genuinely focus on injustice and to make the wrong things right. But the focus has to be on that, not on just frustration and anger. All right, so I want to share with you guys how I feel. And it's not often that I come on and I talk about my personal feelings, but with this, I think it's really important that I do talk about my personal feelings and we have an open dialogue about it, because if you are not familiar with me and my channel or my platforms, I'm not all about guns. It's more than guns. It's about personal protection, but it's also about goals. It's about your life. It's about all of those things encompassing. So I think it's important for us to talk about this, but I want you to know that the reason why I have not been able to speak out on this yet is because I was extremely angry and upset. And that's just me being honest. I was very, very angry and upset. And I did not think it was fair for me to come out and speak on it and have And I wasn't really going to be able to properly articulate the way that I was feeling because I was so upset. So if you don't know it, I do have 2 kids, and for me, it just really hit home because, as you can tell, I'm a minority woman. I'm an African American woman, and a lot of these things are just blatantly wrong. And I have 2 African American young men that I'm raising, and I cannot always be there for them. And it scares me that I can't always be there because there are people who want to harm them. So I couldn't speak out on it because it was just a lot for me at that time. And I had to kind of take a back seat and deal with the way that I felt. But I also had to deal with some other things. And for those of you who don't know, I am currently active duty Air Force. And around the time that the George Floyd incident occurred, the Air Force released a statement about there being some issues with unfair punishment when it comes to African Americans. And for me, that was a lot at one time. And I was angry. I was angry at my service because I've honorably served my country for 17 years. I just hit 17 years, I think about a week or so ago. And to know that minorities are not even getting treated fairly when they're serving their country, that's a hard pill to swallow. So I was angry at that. I was angry at the fact that we have people that are just getting killed in America, and it's not okay. No one should lose their life. And I just couldn't speak out. I was very upset, and I didn't think it was fair for me to come on and just vent about my frustration and not really have a solution and not be able to come on and have this open dialogue with you guys without getting too emotional. So I think I've hit the point to where I can come on and I can talk and I cannot be really emotional about it. But I will tell you, I'm still upset. I'm very upset. I'm upset at my country, for one, because this is not fair. It's not. All lives absolutely matter. And I think it's crazy that we have to say Black Lives Matter. Why do we have to say that? It should already be a given. And for the fact that people are serving their country and they're still being discriminated against, that one's a hard pill to swallow. Very hard. So let me check some of the comments really quick. So I want to talk about Art's comment really quick. Art said, it's unfair to lump anyone into one category, so don't lump all police into one pile of abusive people, just like looters don't represent all the protesters. Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with that. And for some may know, so in the military, I have also been a military police. So that's something that some people don't know, but I mean, that there's good and bad in everything. There's good and bad in every career field. There's good and bad in every race. So for the people who do that, they're wrong. If you're lumping all of anything or anyone into the same category, you're wrong. So don't do that. I've seen videos of African American police officers getting verbally abused, or I also saw a video of a African American service member who was out there. I can't remember exactly where it was, but someone was just verbally abusing him. And it's hard because we're serving our country and we're dealing with everything that you're dealing with, but to still be disrespected, it should never be tolerated. No one should be doing that to anyone. regardless of the occupation. Hi, Doria. Thank you for tuning in. RP said the system was stacked against African Americans all across the board. All right, so Art said, would you say that the anger you have with the military is due to the widespread systemic racism? And then he also said to me, a lot of people don't think they're racist, but that's because they're not made aware of how systemic and widespread it is and pushed into the mainstream as normal. Art, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said about the military having the widespread systemic racism. I know that there's a lot of training that we receive in the military. Like, we all have our sets of biases, but some people are not aware of their biases. And I think for the amount of data that was collected, and the other thing with this is, and I don't have the link, but if you were to Google like Air Force, I can actually look it up. But I'm upset with the fact that the data was collected and they sat on it for at least 2 years. And it took a lot for the data to come out. And they're hiding it, but people are getting treated unfairly, and they sat on the data. And that just hurts. Like, you know that minorities are being mistreated and you sit on it. And then it just recently came out. And I just think about how many people's careers were possibly ruined because they sat on the data. They didn't come out and address the issue. And now that the issue has been addressed, like, a question that I have to the Air Force leaders is, how are you going to fix it? I really don't think having another computer-based test is going to fix this. Having another briefing that's mandatory is not going to fix this. Like, we have to start holding people accountable when they mistreat their subordinates. Like, that, it shouldn't be tolerated, but it seems like it's been tolerated for so long that now this is coming out. And I think, actually, I know there are a lot of minorities within the military that are very upset right now. And a lot of them, they've recently found it very hard to put their uniform on. And it takes a lot to stand up and say that you're willing to serve your country, but to know that at times you're just not being treated fairly is hard. Kinley said hello. Hey, how are you? Playgirl said hello. Full Metal said hey, hey. Chris said a lot of people aren't racist until they are. Playgirl said yes. MD Lee said, are they hiding the data because of racism or because they're a government agency and they are almost completely concerned with covering themselves and preserving their own control? Honestly, I don't know why they were hiding the data, but I would love to know why they hid the data, but I'm pretty sure that's something that we'll probably never really know the true answer to that. But I just really feel for the individuals who were impacted by this, and my heart just hurts for the younger troops who have had to deal with this, and every leader that's out there that just have no backbone and they don't speak up. They're part of the problem as well. But another thing that I feel is we need to have more people in these positions. We need to have more minorities that are stepping up and serving their country or being police. And when you feel more people who think like you, look like you, whatever it may be, like, so for me, I can compare this to being a member of the NRA. I'm an NRA instructor, which I'm also a member of the NRA. And so many people talk about being within different agencies and not having their voice heard. And how can your voice be heard if you're not a part of that organization? Like, you can't expect for them to know the things that you feel, the things that you want, if they're not you. So we need to be in these positions. We need to have more lawyers. We need to have more police. And we just need to have more good people doing good things, because there are a ton of bad people out there that are doing bad things, and we need to outnumber them. Let's see. So Art said, I think the knowledge is only a part of the conversation. Even with overwhelming data and evidence, if there's no accountability, it doesn't matter. Yes, I agree with this. And that's where I am now. Like, I want to know, how are people going to be held accountable when they're found guilty for doing this? And it takes so much to hold them accountable. Like, that's something else that I have a problem with. Like, they literally have to like kill someone to be held accountable. And it shouldn't have to be something that's that egregious. Like, they need to be held accountable for their wrongdoing. So I would love to know the plan to hold these people accountable when they're doing these things. And MD Lee said, my point, the swamp always watches out for themselves. I agree. Art also said, the reason we know Ahmaud's name, we know George Floyd's name, and many other names is only because there is evidence shown to the public. Yes, that's a problem. I think about how many things have occurred that we don't see. There's no video evidence. And for the Ahmaud case, it took public outrage. It takes for things to go viral on social media for you to get people's attention or for justice to be served. Like, why does it take all of that? There was something that occurred. It was wrong. The individuals need to be held accountable. Like, I really don't understand why it takes for the public to get outraged and for things to go viral. Like, I don't want to have to say anyone else's name. I'm getting sick of having to share a post or having to say something about someone who has been killed. Like, at the root of this, someone's life was taken. And who really feels like, I mean, not to get religious, but that's not your job to take someone's life. There is a justice system for a reason, and let the justice system do its job. Like, I don't know. It just really disgusts me. Art said the public was able to declare what was wrong and demand justice. If the military has the same data and evidence, but the only people viewing it are those who don't want to upset status quo, we lose. Yeah, Art, I really feel like the data that came out on the Air Force is, I just feel like right now it's really being covered up by everything that's going on within the US. I mean, I really don't see many people talking about it. Of course, they've came out and said, they're going to definitely look into this problem within the Air Force, but I don't know. Like, where's the outrage in regards to this? JB, hello, how are you? Jerry said the military is no place for social experiments. Like affirmative action, I saw it get a bunch of non-qualified people promoted over people that were more qualified than they were. Let's see. And so when it comes to like people being qualified, I know that there are a lot of things that are within someone's records that everyone may not know. So just because someone may appear on the outside to not be qualified, that does not mean that they're not qualified. But there needs to be representation within all groups. And I mean, that's honestly a problem that we have right now within the US. Art said, I'll be honest, the only solution I can think of is to bring the evil out from the dark to the light, which means body cams, no classes, seminars, kumbaya sessions are going to solve it. I agree. And I mean, we see where a lot of this is coming to light because of video evidence. So I don't know your name. It looks like Thea Lies 808 said hi from Vegas. Hi, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. But I will say, I have wanted to talk about this, and I've wanted to talk about this for a very long time. But like I said earlier, I really couldn't talk to you about this and not be emotional. I was very upset, and I just didn't think that it was fair for me to come on and talk to you and have so much emotion tied to it. But I feel like I'm so proud of what has occurred. Like the change that has occurred in the small amount of time has been great. We've had so many changes, and we've had a lot of bad things that have happened, but sadly there has been some good that has come from it. And it's just sad that any life has to be lost, but I hope that this will come to an end. I hope that we stop saying people's names because this is no longer occurring. Like, we have to be part of the change that we want to see. And if you feel like you're part of the problem, check yourself. If you feel like your friend's a problem, like, have that honest conversation with them to let them know how you feel. Don't just be a bystander and not say what you feel, because sometimes people just may not know. MD said, that's a textbook example of strategic release of information, waiting until there are other massive news stories monopolizing all of the news space, then the real news won't get any traction. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that, and I feel like that's exactly what occurred. Art said, good point. With all the things going on in 2020, the Air Force report will be a blip in the footnote of 2020. I'm just waiting for the Wizard of Oz to wake me up and say I'm back in Kansas. Yes. And Karen is here. Thank you for tuning in, Karen. Karen said I was here. I'm just taking a break to say hello. Thank you. DJ, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. MD said, Skip, I'm so glad you're covering this. Good to hear you. Nuisance perspective and openness to other ideas and opinions. I'm very open to others' ideas and opinions, and I think we need to have an open dialogue about this because there are so many people who will never know. They'll never know because they have not been in your skin. Like if you're a minority, do not expect them to know exactly what you feel because they do not know that. And do not hold it against them because they don't know that. It's not their fault that they were born a certain color, just like it's not anyone else's fault that they were born a certain color. And it's really important to have open arms when it comes to this. If someone, I saw a lot of all races coming together and supporting the cause. So you don't have to be a minority to speak up. And if someone's speaking up and you're a minority and you're telling them to shut up because they don't know what it's like, stop doing that. They're supporting, and it's not easy for a lot of people to do it because of that backlash that comes with it. So stop. And if you are for change and if you want to support this, then feel free to support it. Feel free to say, and I know there's a lot of people who just feel like they can't, but 2020 has been crazy. It's been very crazy. A lot of people have died. COVID, if you have been impacted by COVID, prayers out to you and your family. And I mean, it just seems like COVID is not over. No, over in Florida, the cases have spiked for COVID. I've had coworkers who have had COVID. Oh, so let me share this really quick. Side note. I received a test for coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever we're going to call it, right? And I got the nose swab. I'm pretty sure they were all up in my brain. Like she went so deep into my nose. Yeah. But I'm happy to report that I am COVID free. Yeah, that one was not fun, but I'm COVID free. And I know a video like this is not going to be something that's going to be popular, and I'm not looking for a video to be popular. I'm looking for you guys to know where I stand. And I don't think that I really had to say where I stood on this. And if you've been following me and you support me, then you know where I stand on this. This is like, I do not tolerate hate at all. That is something that really gets under my skin. And I will tell you, if you all, also something else that I want to address is, did any of you happen to see the photo of me that went viral? It was a photo of me in a red dress standing in front of a house. Chris said that was a brain scan. It felt like it. Absolutely. It hurt. TF Cumby said, hi, Skip. Hey, how are you? Thank you for tuning in tonight. Grinder said, love you, Skip. Good to see you again. Hey, Grinder, thank you for tuning in. Glad to have you on the live. All right, so I want to address, so the photo, I addressed it once on my social media. I posted it on, let's see, my Facebook, my Instagram, and I don't think I posted on Twitter. All right, so there are a few that said they did see the photo. Someone said they did not see the photo, so I want to address the photo. Sorry, let me check some of the comments really quick. So I don't have the photo here on my computer because if I did, I would pop it up so that you guys will be able to see it. Hi, Sean. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Let me see if I can pull the photo up really quick so that you can see what I'm talking about. And if there's anything else that you guys want to talk about, go ahead and drop it in the chat and we can talk about that too. But I miss you guys. It has been a while since I have been live. I've been wanting to go live, but I have not been able to go live. So it's really good to be on here with you all tonight. Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up. And by the way, if you're not following me on social media, make sure that you follow me. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram. You can follow Twitter, but that's probably not really going to get you far because I don't really post much on Twitter. And I mean, I'm on LinkedIn too, so. All right, I'm pulling up this photo so that you guys can see it. All right. So let me get this photo up. All right, so can you guys see this photo? Someone let me know if you can see the photo. Okay, so with the photo, so first I will give you the backstory on the photo because I think that's extremely important. And if you saw my statement on it, then you already know what kind of happened with the photo. But with that photo, I was contacted by National Geographic in 2019. It was early 2019, and they had a story that they were doing on American gun owners. And my initial reaction was I did not want to be a part of it because I try to be pretty private. Although I do have a social media platform and a business, there's a lot of things that I don't want public about me. But then at the same time, I get tired of seeing my face. I am so tired of seeing my face and hearing my voice. So I didn't want to be a part of the story. But if any of you have heard me talk about my why and why I started my company, I think it's extremely important for people to know my why. And I started my company and I wanted to empower at least one person to take their personal safety into their own hands and to positively impact their life, right? And that has been my goal. If I can do it for one person, then my mission was accomplished, right? So then I thought, and I had my husband talk to me, and he kind of changed my perspective on it. And I had a mentor that was like, don't never say no to opportunity because you don't know what you're saying no to. So I ended up doing the photo shoot with National Geographic, and it was very humbling. It was a once in a lifetime experience. And if you pay attention to the photo, like every photo has a story. And the story that was attached to the photo did not come out, unfortunately, because the story was not released yet. The only thing that was released was the fact that there was a photo of me, my name, and it talked about me posing with guns. But the story, and I mean, I don't know how they're going to spin it or if they're like how it's going to come out when it comes out. But the story was about me and why I chose to be a gun owner. But then I also talked about the fact that there's many facets to me. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a service member, I'm a business owner, I'm a homeowner, and no one can put me in this box. And oh, by the way, I'm a firearms instructor too. And the photographer, well, it was two photographers. They were very intrigued. They were from Italy. They were not American. They're very intrigued on how I could be a minority woman and serve my country, but also be a firearms instructor. And they wanted to know, like, how did people perceive me? Was I respected? Like, what was the percentages of women in the military? But then what are the percentages of women that are firearms instructors? And so it was nice to get my message out there. And I talked about the fact that I wanted to educate more people on safety, and I wanted to educate more minorities because I think a lot of minorities lack the education, but I feel like it's important for there to be like so many positive images of minority gun owners. You can be a legal minority gun owner. So I did the story, and it was supposed to come out in 2020. So that photo was taken in 2019. It was like summer of 2019. 2020, the story was supposed to come out, but 2020, what happened? COVID happened. And when COVID happened, it wasn't able to come out. And they talked about pushing the story to later in 2020, but then they also did not want to make it seem like they were being political, talking about American gun owners with election coming up. So they said that the story will come out next year. So my photo was used for, so National Geographic submitted my photo for a international photo contest. and it won second place. So although the story didn't come out, my photo was used and it won second place within this contest. And that's how the photo came out. Like, I never shared the photo. And I think the photo got so much traction because a lot of people are not used to seeing a Black woman with a gun. Let's just be honest. And the photo went viral, and I think it initially went viral because someone posted it, and I think she was being a little hateful when she posted it. And it talked about, why would one person need that many guns? And no one really did their homework, as a lot of people don't do when it comes to the internet. They were just like, those are not her guns. Why does she need those guns? And blah, blah, blah. So photo went viral, and when the photo went viral, a lot of people put their own spin on the photo. And I never posted the photo, and the photo had been out for maybe like a week, about a week and a half, before someone tagged me and was like, oh, this is who this is. And a lot of people put their own spin on it, but what I did not like, so I love that people shared the photo, and I love that when I looked at some of the comments were, some of the comments were positive. There were women who looked at an image, and the image just so happened to be of me, but they felt empowered to become a gun owner, or empowered to protect themselves. And as a mother, I thought it was very important for me to include my kids within the photo. So a lot of people put their own spin on the photo. Some people said it was my husband in the window. Some people said like it was a ghost, but it was one of my children that was in the window. And I thought it was important for him to be a part of the photo. And I didn't want him, he could have easily been standing right beside me, but if he would have been standing beside me, he would have been easily identifiable. And I didn't want that. And I have two kids. I have two boys. And my oldest son, he was not a part of the photo, but he was not a part of the photo because he was at a football game. And I have one child who's like all about like, yeah, let's do this gun business thing. And then I have another child who is a teenager, and he's like, mom is lame. So he don't want to be a part of photos. He don't want to do any of that. But he was not a part of the photo because he was at a football game, but he was a part of the photo because he's a Gators fan, and basketball is his favorite sport. And we put his favorite Gators basketball in the photo. And some people did not pick up on like little things like that, but his basketball was in the photo, and that symbolized him. But as a mother, that's a big part of my why I started to protect myself. And I felt like this was a big thing for me. It was hard for me to put myself out there, and I felt like this is international. Like, National Geographic is well known, so I could inspire a woman in Africa. I could inspire a woman in wherever to just take her safety into her own hands. And it doesn't always have to be with a gun. But the photo went viral, and some people used my image in a negative manner, and I addressed it in the public statement, and my name was removed, which I don't know if you guys know, but when you take an image off the internet and if I were to post an image or someone posts an image and you use it, like, typically you give them photo credit, but it is also illegal to do that as well without their permission. So I put out a statement because it spoke of something that I don't agree with, and that does not go along with my messaging. And if you haven't seen it, please go to my social media and take a look at my public statement that I put out, and let me know what you guys think. That was very hard for me because so many people were excited that this photo went viral. I'm sure everyone that's on this live knows exactly who Snoop Dogg is. Snoop Dogg posted it. A lot of famous people posted it. I want to say Hollywood Unlocked posted it, but it was not the correct message. And those people who know me, and I appreciate every single person that was in the comments of the photo talking about all good things when it came to me, because there was a lot of hate in those comments too. And I say a lot of hate. There was a lot of hate. There was people talking of people killing me, people coming into my home and killing me. And I just feel like that was unnecessary. And the photo, like the story hasn't even come out about the photo. And I was not the only one who was a part of the story. I want to say there were maybe 43 people in total, but I feel like it was worth it for me. I had people reach out a little bit of everywhere. I had someone from India reach out and sent me a photo of their local newspaper, and my photo was in it talking about the story. So for me, that's a win. And just seeing the people who felt empowered by a photo. I mean, like, really think about it. Like, they had to see an image of a Black woman with a child in the background. And some people didn't even see the child, but they had to see an image in order to feel like they could take their personal safety into their own hands. So I've been all about putting out positive images of minorities, and I feel like it's working. Like, I want to be the change that I want to see. And sadly, like, I've had to use my image. And when it came to the image, you know, people were talking about the fact that I wore heels or I was in a dress, and I just wanted to be very true to who I am. I'm a very feminine female. Although I am an instructor, I still love to get my nails done. I still love to dress very girly. That in the photo I had on like a bodycon dress. That is something that you will often see me wear. Like, that's nothing new when it comes to me. So we can still be sexy. We can still be moms. We can still be everything and still protect ourselves and our family. So I wanted to give you all some background on that, because I haven't openly talked about it a lot, because for me, there was just a lot that was going on at one time. It was a lot of police brutality. There was people like coming and saying a lot of negative things about me and my family. And to be honest, like, I was just upset. But I know that there was more positive that came out of it than negative. And I'm excited for when the story does come out. I hope that there are more people who can see the image and see my story, because I'm nothing special. I'm just someone who wanted to impact change and wanted to just go out there and be a part of it and do it myself. So I know that it hasn't been easy, but I wanted to be 100% transparent with you guys. It has been hard lately, and work-wise, I've been very busy, and it just hurts. I'll be honest, it hurts. I've seen a little bit of everyone saying things about the photo, but I choose to focus on the positive, because there's always going to be negative. And if you're doing good, people are going to talk, right? If you're doing bad, people are going to talk. So let's just give them something good to talk about. But I don't know, I'm built kind of different. Like, people think, you know, they can say negative things and it's going to stop me. It's not going to stop me. If anything, you know, it's just going to fuel me more. And I know that, okay, I mean, like, I don't really know what the outrage was. Like, why is it, like, that tells you right there that it needs to be normalized. Like, it was just a Black woman with a gun. Like, I've seen so many images of other women of different races, and I mean, they're like half dressed, but that's okay. So why was it an issue for me to do it? And something else, like, people saw the picture and they just assumed that I didn't know how to work a gun, that the guns were not mine. Like, they had a whole lot of assumptions about it. And I mean, I don't spend a lot of time on the internet reading comments, but there were a few comments that I just decided to respond to and drop them my links, because I think it's important for them to know what I do know versus putting bad information out there. And there was a lot of bad information that was put out there in regards to that photo. So like I said before, I appreciate all of you who went to bat for me. Please don't feel like you have to go to bat for me, but for those of you who did, I do appreciate it. And for the images that were out there that were wrong, you were like, there were people hopping in my DMs on Instagram and saying, hey, is this caption true? Because this doesn't sound like something that you would say, but I just want to verify. But the thing that really bothers me about the photo is there's a lot of people who saw that image, and although it had nothing to do with it coming out and the caption that came out with it, I feel like we lost some people who could be gun owners or Second Amendment supporters, because the message that came out with it, we just lost them. And that's not a message that I would put out there, but I do appreciate all of you who support me. You guys have been supporting me for a long time. And I guess when I say long time, I mean, it's been 2 years, but not all of you have been there since the beginning. But for those of you who are here, I appreciate you more than you guys would ever know. And let's see. So we got a $5 super chat. So thank you so much to Big Poke Dog. He just gave a $5 super chat. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Vanessa Kitty said, did someone add a message to a photo of yours? Yes, it was the photo of me standing out in the red dress. They removed my name from the photo and put a different name on it, and then they added their own message and marketed a business with it. Super excited. Just got my first super chat. I haven't had a super chat in a while. All right, so let me read some of your guys' comments. Karen said, because your hotness in a red dress. Thank you. Superman said, I saw the photo too. It's fine. Chris said, I would like to see the snowflakes try to come and get Avery. Art said, thankfully, the very image has made a positive impact in the world, so you can hold your head up high knowing you're real and presenting the real you. Thank you. Kev said, I love you. Black Lives Matter. Thank you. John said, I had shared it on my IG. I think it tagged you in it, saying how bad as it was, and you're a good source of info for guns or training. Thank you. Vanessa said, always go to bat for you. Thank you. So I just have to show this one. Superman said, you are a strong Black woman. Don't worry about the bad comments and social media. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Art said, what was the caption that people attached to the picture? Not that I need you to repeat it, but I don't know what others have said. Art, if you send me a message on social media, I will share it with you. But it was a message that I would never put out there. And Vanessa, I did report the post, and there were many people who reported the post. And thankfully, the photographer addressed a few of the people. And it was, like I said, Snoop Dogg posted it. One of the people who posted it on Instagram, he gained like 20,000 followers within like a week from that photo. And the photographer reached out to him and a few of the other big names that posted it, and some of them did take it down, but we couldn't get Facebook or Instagram to take it down. All right, so gun website said being a female competent with a gun is a thing. Being a female with a gun in the military is more. Being a female that instructs, being a female that instructs is yet more, and you do it all online. Thank you for cutting new ground. Thank you for that, G-Webs. G-Webs, you have been extremely supportive, and I will tell you guys, like, it is hard being a female and doing this, but I would not have it any other way. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know, and I'm not afraid to say, yeah, I don't know that, or let me get back to you on that. But I don't like when people discount me because of the way that I look. And a lot of people discount me and say, oh, I'm just the face of a company, or they don't want to learn from me because I'm a woman. And that's fine, because if they don't want to learn from me because I'm a woman, then that's their loss, not mine. But I do appreciate that, G-Webs. Angela said, I respect you and all that you do. It doesn't go unnoticed. Coming to train with you one day. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. G-Web, excuse me, G-Webs, I will definitely check the email. Let's see. All right, excuse me. So we have a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, John. John said, keep doing what you do, sweetie. We need more Black people with knowledge on guns and training. Ignore the morons who can't see past their own hatred. You're doing good work. Remember, JCST, lead the charge. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That, excuse me, that really means a lot. And we just got a $5 super chat, then we got a $10 super chat. So yeah, you guys are killing it tonight. Thank you. And I think it's so important for people to know, you know, there's not a lot of minorities that are doing this, but if there's minorities out that are doing it, support them. And you can support them in so many different ways. You can support them, and it doesn't always have to be financially. But I know for me, I have different ways for people to support me, and you can support it by liking a post, by sharing a post, but we need support just like the other channels get support. And I remember, I think it was sometime last year, someone told me, so I started a Patreon account because a couple people had asked me, like, how can they support me, and that I should start one. And I'll never forget, someone was like, your content isn't even that good, so you shouldn't even be asking for donations for Patreon. And there are some creators who literally live off of the money that their supporters give them. And how do you really expect for the little guys to grow? Because everyone started somewhere. And just make sure that you're supporting everybody. And I know with me, I don't like to ask for monetary support, financial, whatever it may be, but I will tell you that it does help. So the program that I'm using right now to stream in on, I had to pay for that. You have to pay for your internet. And then it's also time. And the time that I spend doing lives or the time that I spend doing podcasts or anything like that, that's my time, and I could be doing other things with it, but I do choose to educate you guys. And I never knew how hard it was to create content until I became a content creator. So big shout out to everybody out there who's a content creator, and an even bigger shout out there to all of my supporters. Like my Patreon supporters, you guys are amazing. You show up every single month and you donate anywhere from $1 to, I think it's $10 to $15, which is the most that we're getting right now. But I appreciate you guys. You're donating your hard-earned money and you're supporting me in putting out my content. And that goes to things like ammo. Ammo's expensive, and it's even more expensive now, but it helps to offset some of the costs. And people ask things like, oh, can you do this angle when you're doing a video, or can you do that angle? And they don't understand how much time actually goes into it and how much equipment. And, if you are going to have a nice camera, it costs to get a nice camera. But again, thank you so much, Chris and Big Poke Dog. Vanessa said the info you offer here alone is incredibly important. Thank you. And another thing is I want to thank Swamp Fox Optics. They were able to send out a product for me to do a review on. The review will not be coming out anytime soon, but they did send the product, so I do appreciate that. They were on the channel not too long ago, and if you're looking to purchase from Swamp Fox, just know your girl got a discount code, and we will be able to offer you the discount code. And Hollow Sun is another company that was on recently, and if you go to my website, you can actually purchase Hollow Sun products, and that's awesome because, as you guys know, they are hot. But whatever your company is that you're in love with, just know we can get it. And we have Marv showing up with a $5 super chat. Marv said, hey, Sister Avery, we definitely need to support all the gun businesses in our community. Spread the message. Thanks for bringing some to the platform. Thank you. I definitely try to do my part when it comes to supporting other businesses as well, because we have to support each other. I'm about collaborating, not competing. I'm not competing with anyone other than Avery from yesterday. I'm always trying to be better. So I do love to support the other people that are out there, but I think it's important for everyone to know, like, they need to support the smaller channels too, because they're not going to be able to grow. If all your support's going to the bigger channels, like, is it Military Arms, Mr. Guns and Gear? Like, there's a lot, like, Hank Strange is another one that's big. Like, we have to make sure that we take care of everybody. So spread the love. If you want to show love to the big guys and the little guys, do that. But yeah, we definitely appreciate the support. Marv, thank you so much. Marv is always showing up with the super chats. He always kills it. So I appreciate you, Marv. And Marv is a Patreon supporter as well. If you did not check out the video that it was a live video that I did with Swamp Fox Optics, go back. It was sometime last month, but there hasn't been that many videos released between now and then. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up on it. Oh, and if you haven't hit the thumbs up on this one, please hit the thumbs up on this video as well, and share the video. I would appreciate it if you would do that. And if you do post it on social media, make sure that you tag me and I will repost it too. And if you guys ever repost any of my stuff, please tag me in it so that I can see it. And I will always show love. 808, thank you so much for tuning in. Art said, I think you need to be, I guess, on the Gun Collective. You and those folks would probably get along great, and they can highlight your unique perspective. Thank you. Gold member asks, are you giving any more shooting classes soon? So I will not be teaching any classes until at the earliest end of October, at the latest in the December timeframe. So unfortunately, I will not be able to teach any in-person classes, but I am available for virtual training. When I say virtual, I do have people who still want, let's say, private lessons, and it could be like a private lesson of them just asking me questions, and I'm available for that. And the only things that I'm doing are just like private consults, those types of things, and they're all virtual. But as soon as my classes are about to start ramping back up, I will definitely let you guys know. If you're not on my email list, make sure that you join my email list, and my email list is located in the description of this video. So like I said, if you haven't already hit that thumbs up, make sure that you hit the thumbs up, and I want you guys to share the video and tune into those links that are within the description of the video. And different ways that you can support me is I am an affiliate with USCCA. So if you want to get USCCA Shield insurance, then you can support me by clicking on my link and joining that. That's the company that I have so I call it self-defense insurance, but that's who I have my insurance with. And if you guys don't know about that, then I did a podcast on it and I did a video on it as well, I think. But the link for that is in the description. And then I'm also an Amazon affiliate. And if you shop on Amazon as much as I do, then you can use my Amazon affiliate link, and all you have to do is click on that link and make a purchase. The purchase has to be within 24 hours of you clicking on the link, and you will be able to support the channel. So you can do it by affiliate links, you can do it by Patreon. There are a ton of different ways that you can support financially, and I do have people that would just like to support by doing something like a PayPal donation. So that is an option as well. And we just got another super chat from Adoria. Adoria, thank you so much. It says, continue to educate about gun safety. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. It was a $1.99 super chat. Thank you. So thank you again to Adoria for the $1.99 super chat. And John said, I want to join them in NAGA. So for USCCA, in all of my videos, there is a link. And if you're going to join, I would love it if you would join by clicking my affiliate link. They are who I have, and I absolutely love them. Art said, this year I have made the decision to get my CCW, and I want to be responsible and proficient. That is an amazing goal. And let me know once you start working on that. Yeah, that's so nice to read. Marv said, I'll do that with the affiliate link on Amazon now, ordering holster accessories. Thank you. Yeah, you just have to make sure that you complete the purchase within 24 hours, I think it is. But yeah. But yes, it was so nice talking to you guys tonight, and I wanted to know. So, Blackman 903, I'm not. So I said USCCA. I'm not with NAGA. Marv, I think I did see that the NAGA convention has been postponed for the year. Pretty sure I read that somewhere. Chris, make sure that you take care. I don't know if you've seen it, but the cases for COVID have increased in Florida. So make sure that you are wearing all your protective equipment. Art said, thank you for the amazing chat. I have to head out as I do have family waiting on me for dinner. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for tuning in, and thanks for the healthy conversation tonight. Karen said, what did I miss by something? I was talking about different ways that people can support the channel. So they can support the channel by using affiliate links. I am an affiliate with USCCA, and I am an Amazon affiliate too. And that's just different ways for people to support the channel. And I was saying that I'm constantly shopping on Amazon. So if anyone else is shopping on Amazon as much as I do, then if they just click the link, then they will be able to support the channel. But yes, if you're watching the replay of this video, please make sure that you still interact, because I will still respond to your comments. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in tonight. I know I haven't been live, but I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. This was, excuse me, this was kind of a short notice. Normally I put it out maybe a day in advance, but I appreciate you guys and look forward to some more live videos. But let me know what you guys want to talk about, and we will definitely chat about them. But we hit 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yes, 4,000. So continue to share the channel with your friends, family, and I will continue to put out the content that you guys want to see. So thank you so much. I want you guys to have a happy and a safe weekend, and hopefully I will be seeing you guys very soon. Have a good night, guys, and thanks for tuning in.